Hello everyone, and welcome to this unboxing video for Kingdom Death's Pinups of Death 3! So, before I get into this, like I said with the previous two, and will say for the following two, the warning at the beginning of my Kingdom Death videos is more prevalent for this series than it is for most, because this is some sultry kind of stuff. It's not necessarily not safe for work. Some jobs or individuals might classify it as such, but it's definitely not pornographic. It pushes it, though, sometimes. And we're getting into the newer stuff, which, from what I remember, is a little bit more sultry than the older stuff. In that, Pinups Death 1, 2 are from the first Kickstarter. 3, 4, and 5 are from the new Kickstarter. So, also, larger box. Again, they keep getting larger each time. They don't get significantly larger. In fact, looking at them, 5 might be smaller than 4, if not the same size. Also, these might all be the same size, really, but they're much bigger than 2, which was twice the size of 1. Yay, vacuum. Cool. So, we've got a bunch of plastic. We'll get to that later. Because below that is a piece of cardboard blocking cards! Alright, so, we've got some game mechanic kind of stuff, although I believe these are more art cards, and then literal art cards for the models themselves. Let's get to the game cards first. I have seen some of these before, and can see the one right on the front. And many of these, to my knowledge, if not this entire set, and hopefully not, but also hopefully not the others entirely either, are alternate art cards that a lot of it is the art is in the way. A lot of them look like that, but aren't necessarily. So, we first have an alternate version of Berserk from the Butcher, which is their baseline draw an extra AI card every turn. Then we have Battle Tempo from the Kingsman. This is actually the card that you, as a player of a survivor, for each survivor, have, and you keep track of this to, make things easier to learn the secret fighting art involved with that fight. I'll save that for when I get to the actual video. Then we have Familiar Face, which I don't actually remember from the Kingsman, but it's a card that probably exists at a higher difficulty, and until I get around to actually working on the overview video for specific things in this game, I'm not spoiling them for myself unless I actually get to them properly. And I've only fought the Kingsman at level 1. But she's actually removing her face there to show a different one. And the mechanics are very clearly stated on this one. Then we have cards that are technically mechanics, but not really. It is a element in the game, although sort of, because there's only these ones and not these ones. It is the numbered cards. There's usually only 1 through 4, and in this case there's also 5 and 6. But these are going to probably be various figures in here. I say that because I'm not sure about this one. This was the one from the cover. Here's another one. And unlike the others, these are not the starting survivors. I'm glad it comes with 6, because the core game doesn't. And again, this game does play at technically 7 players. 6 characters can be on the board, and then a 7th can be a kind of DM. It is intended for 1 to 4 playing 4 characters regardless. So, that's all the mechanical stuff. That's a lot better than I expected. I know that there's other ones from later boxes that might not be as nice with the artwork, but time will tell. I would prefer brand new mechanics like there was from Pinups of Death 1 and 2, but alright. So now we've got the art cards, some of which are black and gray for a background. The rest are white, which is kind of odd. I don't know what a lot of these are off the top of my head, but I will try. I believe this is the Death Armor, which doesn't currently exist in the game, part of the second Kickstarter, so eventually on the way. The Witch Disciple. she's playing video games, because there's a lot of references in this series to gaming and such, mainly a lot more so anime. And the game is literally a video game version of Kingdom Death on what looks to be a Super Nintendo. Then we have the Gold Smoke armor, the Scout of Death, I believe, the Storm Knight. Is this supposed to be I think this one might be the first hero, and yes, that's male, folks. They have male pinup models for pinups 3 through 5. As I said in one of the 2 earlier videos, funny reason as to why they didn't have any before. The Butcher, the Kingsman, I'm not sure, but part of me wants to say not Dung Beetle Knight, but maybe? I don't know, it's something weird, I know that. One that's a little bit more exposed, and I have no idea what it is. Still not super exposed. And then the last one I also have no idea. But if it's anything like 1 and 2, the sprues will have the names right on them. Speaking of, let's get to that. So yeah, there's a lot more stuff in here. Then again, in case that wasn't evident by saying that the size of the box was much larger. Like with Pinups 2, the bases are all in another bag, and unlike what I thought the Twilight would be, there are 2 4-space model bases here. I'm going to take a guess that that's for the Butcher and the Kingsman. But I could be wrong, as I can see something that is definitely a 4-space model, and is definitely an art model now that I look at it. Kind of like the holiday ones where they come with a purely art model and a actual playable model. Alright, so first off, we got the one that I thought was the first hero. It's the Male Visionary. Names are a little harder to see. In fact, I started looking up what they were to begin with. It's like, oh, okay, I can finally see them. Then we've got the Pinup Butcher. Not all of these are on their own sprue, it's just some of them are. Then we have, I have to put down the other sprues, the Pinup Disciple, which is a 4-space model and clearly larger as those are thighs. But, like, there's her face and different parts, and even the TV screen and everything. Oh, they made a smaller version. So here's the Pinup Disciple, which as well, I think it's actually meant to be the same model. Like, same sculpt and everything. Then we have the Pinup Kingsman, so here's all of that sprue. Okay, so that was a nice turn of events. And on these 2 parts, we've got the Pinup Storm Knight and Pinup Visionary Changes. Are these both the Storm Knight? Because one says Pinup Storm Knight Resin, and like this is not resin, this is hard plastic. No, I think this was the last one of the cards. So Storm Knight Resin and Pinup Visionary Changes KXX. I don't know what the KXX is for. And then we have, I believe, the Death Armor. Yes, Death Armor End, for some reason. And Twilight Deserter Knight. The Death Armor being a far larger model as well. She has her own throne to sit on and everything. I don't think she has her own personal base. Oh, there is also a smaller version here. It's just integrated into the same sprue piece that doesn't have, like, things tapered off. So, there's all of that. It's a butt. She is wearing something, though. Not much! And then we have the male Twilight Knight, which was the one that I was like, the Dung Beetle? Which I think there is a male version of, and a female version in one of the later ones. The Gold Smoke Knight, and Scout of Death. And many of these should be in the same poses that were on the card. So it's definitely clear that the 4-space models are just larger art models that I think in the case of the Death Armor one are 2 different poses. And the large art one is the one on the card. But it's nice that they have smaller versions as well. It was something that would have really irked me with the holiday models if they were just larger ones. In fact, I painted the Brewfest Aya not too long ago, and I'm not painting another one of those anytime soon unless you guys want me to, because they're just not playable. They look nice. I will probably still assemble them for myself, but they're pure art models, not usable as game pieces models. And as I've said on my channel multiple times, I don't like having things that aren't usable when it comes to miniatures, except for some rare exceptions. Thus why you'll never see me get the Forge God anytime soon, until it has mechanics. And even then, I'm probably not showing that on the channel. Just look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Regardless, that's everything this time around. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to press the like button. If you think somebody else will enjoy this video, feel free to share it. Either way, I'll hope this video gets seen more. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press that dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Such as, would you like to see any of these more details with a painting video or assembly video? If you don't request these, I'm not getting around to them anytime soon because I have so many other models to paint, including in this game alone. Or would you like to see any gameplay or overview videos? Still working on the detailed overview videos, but one thing at a time. I've got so many things to work on. And if you'd like to see more like this, be it more unboxing videos, my board game overviews, my painting videos, all 3 of which I do for Kingdom Death, and anything else you might want to see on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye!